Picture this. You're watching a football match. Your team's playing, it's 0-0, and you drift off. When you wake up, the score reads 2-1. What happened? You have no idea. You see, the scoreboard tells you the current score, but it tells you nothing about how it got there.
I don't know, Jeff.
And this is a problem with most software systems, because they store data like a scoreboard displays a score. When something changes, they overwrite previous values. When a goal is scored, they just update the score. Another goal, another update, with each update replacing what came before. If all we have is a scoreboard and someone asks, "What was the score at half time?" we can't answer that. If someone asks who scored first, we can't answer that either because the story is missing. In this video, we're going to discuss a different approach. Imagine, instead of updating the scoreboard, we keep a notebook. Everything important gets written down, and from this notebook, we can always figure out the current score. We just count the goals. It's currently 2-1. The scoreboard and the notebook agree. But the notebook answers questions the scoreboard never could. Who scored first? What was the halftime score? This way, the history is preserved. You might be wondering why this is so important. It's because we can now derive the scoreboard from the notebook. I can replay the events and calculate the state, but I cannot derive the notebook from the scoreboard. I cannot look at 2-1 and reconstruct the order of the 3 goals. That information is gone. Greg Young explains this by saying, the current state is a left fold of previous behaviours. This means events are the source of truth. State is just a calculation. Now this idea, storing what happened instead of where we are, is called event sourcing. And in this video, we'll use football to understand how it works. This video is sponsored by CRUD, the only database purpose-built for event sourcing with everything you need. No bolt-ons, no custom code, just CurrentDB. Try it free at current.io. An event is a fact that occurred at a point in time. Something that already happened, like goals scored and card issued. We name events in the past tense. They represent a completed action, a fact. If an event is a fact that occurred, it cannot be changed. Once a goal has been scored, it cannot be unscored. Now sure, mistakes happen, but we'll come back to that later. Events also carry context. Goal scored doesn't just tell us a goal happened. It tells us the team, the scorer, the minute, sometimes the assist. The event captures the details of that moment. Let's watch how the match unfolded when we were asleep. Each of these events are past tense, permanent, carrying their own context. This ordered collection is called an event stream, and the order matters. Goal scored at minute 12 comes before goal scored at minute 23. The sequence tells the story, and each match has its own stream. Think of it like television channels. Liverpool versus Chelsea is on one channel, Man City versus Arsenal is on the other. One match, one stream, completely separate. So events are facts recorded on a timeline. But having a list of events isn't useful by itself. If 50,000 fans were to ask, "Hey, what's the score?" we can't replay every goal event for every fan. We need something faster. We need a scoreboard. But how does the scoreboard know to show 2-1? The scoreboard is a projection. It takes events and turns them into useful state. When the match kicks off, the scoreboard shows 0-0. A goal scored event arrives and the scoreboard increments the score to show 1-0. The scoreboard has simple logic. It only cares about relevant events. When a yellow card issued event happens, it simply ignores it. When a substitution made event arrives, it ignores it. This is what projections do. They listen to events, filter for relevance, and build state. But here's a key point. The scoreboard is not the source of truth. The events are. If the scoreboard breaks, we don't panic. We replay the events and rebuild the projection. This is only possible because we kept the events. They weren't just broadcast and forgotten, they were stored. Had they just been streamed, we would have nothing to rebuild from. Events are permanent. The scoreboard is disposable. Greg Young puts this simply. Projections are cattle, not pets. Rebuilding a projection from scratch should not be a crisis. It should be Tuesday. With event sourcing, the events are the truth that everything else is built from. The scoreboard is just a view. Rebuild it at any time. Build a different one tomorrow. Go back to any point in the match. You could even use those events to create new projections. One projection shows the current score, but another could track something different. Same match, same events, different questions, different projections. You can have as many as you need, rebuild them whenever you want, and create new ones years later to answer questions nobody originally thought to ask. So projections read from the event stream to build state you can query, but something else reads from that exact same stream for a different reason entirely. Not to build a view, but to make a decision. In football, referees enforce the rules. In software, this is the job of the aggregate. Think of an aggregate like a referee for your system. It receives attempted actions, checks them against the rules, and decides whether an event can get recorded. Here's how it works. Say a manager wants to make a substitution. The match aggregate receives the request and checks, has this team used all their substitutions? To answer that, it needs the current state. This is where things get interesting. Now, aggregates don't store state separately. They rebuild it by playing their event stream. The match replays the events. It sees the home team has made 2 substitutions. Now, if the team has substitutions remaining, a new substitution was made event gets recorded. If not, the request gets rejected and no event is created. An aggregate receives a request. It rebuilds the state from the events and it validates. It then produces an event or rejects the request. And that's the pattern. The state the match rebuilds is temporary. It exists just to make the decision. And each match is its own aggregate. One aggregate per stream, each enforcing rules for its own events. But referees make mistakes. Goals get awarded that shouldn't count. In the old days, the goal would stand because the referee's decision was final. Then VAR arrived. VAR doesn't change what happened. The referee still awarded the goal. That's a fact. VAR adds a new fact. After review, the goal was disallowed. This is exactly how we handle corrections in event sourcing. We don't delete. We don't edit. We add. The original goal scored event stays in the stream. It happened and the fans celebrated. Then a new event arrives. Goal disallowed. Reason? Offside. This event doesn't erase the first one, it changes how we interpret it. When the scoreboard projection replays the stream, it sees goal scored and it increments the score. But then it sees goal disallowed and makes a correction. The scoreboard is once again correct with a full history preserved. This compensation event allows us to make corrections without pretending something didn't happen and preserving our valuable audit trail. We know a goal was awarded. We know later it was disallowed. And we know why. With traditional storage, we'd just update the score. No trace of what happened before, and the controversy would disappear. With event sourcing, the full story remains.